Hello, everybody. Jess Lohse, SBCA Structural Building Components Association of the Weekly Update. It's a special Tuesday edition because Thursday is going to be Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to absolutely everybody out there. I hope you're able to celebrate with your friends, your family, some good food, and really just take some time to enjoy life and kind of, take a little bit of a relaxation. But some birthdays, which I mentioned last week, but they're special people, so we'll recognize them twice. Allie, who's out on maternity leave, so congratulations again there. Corey, same day, same birthday. I don't know, they're probably a couple years apart, but also Thursday on Thanksgiving. And then Ashley's got one coming up early next week. So happy birthday to all three of those people on our staff. I don't know if it's the astrological stars aligning that we get so many people with their birthdays bunched, but we love having them. They're great people, as are all of our staff. So really thankful for them. I am personally, as well as I know all of our members. I'll speak on your behalf when I thank them for all the things that they do for SBCA. Now, beyond that, thinking about being thankful and things to talk about, I want to talk a little bit about our SBCA Foundation. A lot of great work going on there. The trustees are, really doing some awesome things. We've got our hardship grant, which is probably our flagship activity at this point. There's going to be some other things through HBI and some other, that we've got going and in the works, and Operation Finally Home and some other, in kind, which obviously if you as a component manufacturer, even a supplier, are donating materials or products, we can certainly route that through the foundation, help you out, get a little bit more promotion, but also give the foundation a little something to stand on as well. But specifically, we've got a couple things that I want to talk about coming up. I guess it's already next week at our OQM in Napa. There is a opportunity to dine at the French Laundry restaurant, which is one of the world's best, from what I understand. It's a Michelin 3-star, which that doesn't mean it's 3 out of 5 stars. That means 3 stars is a really, really, really big deal. Notice I said it 3 times there, but it sounds like it's an exquisite experience. The cuisine, the dining, all of that. To get 1 Michelin star is a really big deal, but to be able to do that. So what is happening with our foundations? Taylor on our staff secured the reservation for Wednesday, kind of late afternoon, early evening. It's a couple-hour experience, so you'll be definitely hungry as you go. But it's one of those to where you can have dinner for 4 if you're attending the OQM, or maybe this is a reason to come to town. You can bid on the reservation, which includes the basic, meal, but none of the extras like your wine or any of their appetizers or things that you might add on. But it's one of those that we're bidding on it. I think Jack Dermer's back in the lead as of this morning. It's been some back and forth with a couple other people. I think Don was in there as well for some bidding, but it's one of those that looks like it's a pretty exquisite experience. So that's a way that you can have an experience, raise some money for the foundation. But also think about it as we get into Black Friday, Small Saturday, Sunday, whatever, Monday. But Tuesday, I believe, is the giving day. But think about the foundation as you're planning your end of year, and also just next week, your giving opportunities. Put it something in there for the foundation. We would love to have additional funds, whether it's $25, $2,500, or $25,000. We take whatever it is of all denominations, and would love to include that. And really, regardless of if you're able to give or if you want to, think about, that hardship grant and everything that we're doing. It's component manufacturer employees, it's framer staff, it's supplier staff. So all kinds of people. It's really our industry helping our own, which is a really big deal. So there's some great stories there. So I encourage you to dig in on that, but also just think about the foundation. It's one of those that we're still building. We're only a couple years into this endeavor. So it's one of those that keep that in mind. But beyond that, another thing that we've got going besides the annual giving and the French Laundry, we're also opened up our philanthropy and outreach coordinator position. And this is going to be kind of a half-time, around 20 hours a week position that's going to support the foundation, allow us to kind of get some things rolling, get a little bit more sophisticated in some ways as far as just the planning, and have some dedicated workforce and staffing from the SBCA staff to be able to focus on the foundation. We've got a third-party donor that's able to cover the cost of that. So it's not like we're building an overhead that your donation is going to cover that. That'll be separate. So it's one of those that we're set it up really nicely. We tried it. We had a great person in there. She ended up going to another opportunity shortly after being hired. We're now in a position where we can offer this again. Really looking forward to a number of applicants. You can go to our website, sbcacomponents.com, see it there. Also, it's going to be on Indeed. We'll go through that process if you're interested. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But beyond that, that's kind of the foundation in a nutshell. Some things happening there. I wanted to kind of shine the spotlight on that. One other thing that to note is the SBC PAC, this Structural Building Components PAC. It was approved. It was a little bit of a delay in there because of the government shutdown. But for those that are interested in making a contribution to that, that is coming. We're in the process of setting up our bank account now that we've got the approval. We're trying to move quickly on that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself. But just a couple updates on some of the ancillary activities or some of the other organizations that SBCA has kind of spawned off and created as we continue to grow and we continue to get engaged in a number of different areas. So with that, I'm going to let you go think about that turkey. If you're watching this on Tuesday, maybe you're watching over the weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy some football, enjoy some family, enjoy some friends. 3 F's there. And then 1 big T is in the turkey. So hopefully you got your gobble gobble on. Looking forward to talking to everybody next week. We'll be looking at getting into the OQM shortly thereafter. If you'd still like to attend, definitely reach out and we can see what we can do there. But till next week, till next time, peaks up, press on. Have a great weekend, great Thanksgiving, and appreciate you.